YouTube? Hope everybody had a good day. It went as planned. Today is Tuesday the 17th, and it was pretty much a laid-back day. It was more or less just driving for the day. Picked up the load in Williamsburg, Virginia, and more or less just driving for the day. Few hundred miles, nothing much. Stopped here at the Beckley Travel Plaza out here in West Virginia. It's a nice little run for the truck. The weight is about just under 30,000, and I am still figuring out my truck, so this was a nice little test for it, going up and down these West Virginia hills and everything. But made it here, no issues. Truck ran good. All my gauges stayed where they needed to be at. A little slow going up the hill, being that truck only goes 65 right now, but that's no big deal. We're not worried about that. I've actually gotten comfortable with that, actually. You know what I'm saying? Part of that right lane game right now, so it is what it is. Keep moving, don't have to use my brakes much. Everybody just come flying past me. Chuck them the deuces when they come by and they look at me. Whatever. But so again, parked here in West Virginia. I'm gonna drop this load off tomorrow in Grove City, Ohio, at another Walmart. It doesn't have any particular time to be there, but I'll probably get moving sometime early. I'm still about 3.5 hours out, and I have a pickup tomorrow morning at 11. So I'm trying to time that out so that I get there right around about 10, no later than 10:30. And the pickup is actually only about 20-30 miles away from where I'm dropping off at, in Lockbourne, something like that, Ohio. Taking that down to North Carolina. So again, the week's not going to be what I originally planned for it to be, but nonetheless, it's a week that we're going to get a little bit more driving, a little bit more experience, learn the load board a little bit more, since we picking stuff up off of the fly now. And I'll get back with y'all tomorrow after I drop off and everything. Just wanted to touch bases with y'all. Yo, another day is in the books. Everything this morning worked out as planned. Got up early, made it to that first stop in, Grove City, Ohio. Dropped that at the Walmart. Had to ride around for a little bit to actually find a trailer, but they did have a few out there, so that was good. Kept me on schedule for that 11 o'clock appointment, which I got to about 30 minutes early, which was in Lockbourne, Ohio. Got loaded. Took maybe about an hour and a half. It's 17,000 pounds of Pampers. It's a lot of quarantine and COVID babies out there, so I guess Target needs this, which is where I'm headed to now. In Newton, North Carolina is where I got to drop this load off. I'm currently actually back where I started my day from, at the Beckley Travel Plaza in West Virginia. So we're gonna go ahead, stay here for the night. I only had about an hour and 45 minutes left on my clock, so go ahead and just pulled it over. We're gonna end the day. I did end up having to get a little more fuel this week than what I originally planned, because as y'all know, the start of my week didn't go the way it was supposed to. So I ended up driving about 350 miles just unnecessarily. So that kind of ate my fuel down a little bit, but it is what it is. It still keeps me in that budget of only wanting to spend no more than $700 a week for fuel. And everything I actually had this week for the loads I've had to rebook was BTF, so I won't actually know what that fuel surcharge is until we get the settlement. But I'm hoping it can cover at least half of it, where that way I ended up only spending $350 this week for fuel, and that works, especially since the loads that I ended up having. Yeah, sorry about that. Ran out of storage space, had to go and delete some stuff. Actually, I forgot what I was saying, but I think I stopped off with like fuel or something like that. I'm hoping we get most of that back with the fuel surcharges. I don't actually know what that is as of right now, but excuse me, because these loads that I ended up having to book afterwards is nowhere close to what I originally had planned for the week. So this is definitely gonna be a short week, hoping I get some of that back in the fuel surcharge. But it is what it is. It's part of trucking. There's not much you can do about it. Now, what I'm also hoping with that is, since I only have one more load for this week, and it's only going from North Carolina to Virginia, I should be good on fuel until next week when I go ahead and refuel. And so I'm hoping that it kind of balances itself out, and we'll end up making a little bit more next week, well, saving a little bit more next week. And we're actually about to get ready to jump on the load board now and start booking loads for next week. So yeah, so we are somewhere in North Carolina off of 85 at a pilot, finishing up our day. I still actually had maybe about 4 hours left on my clock, but I'm done for the day. Whatever. It's been a long week, been a good week. It's been an okay week. I did this morning, made it down to North Carolina, dropped off at the Target. That went pretty smoothly. They were real organized there, and it was Henderson, North Carolina. Empty trailers were where they said they needed to be at. I was able to park in the spot that I was told to park my empty in. They were organized. It was in and out there. Then I had to go to Huntersville, North Carolina, to go and supposedly pick up a preloaded trailer. I actually ended up waiting there for almost 3 hours for a load that was supposed to have been ready when I got there. But it is what it is. It is what it is. All of the trailers that I've picked up this week have been pretty good. Real good tires on them. Brakes checked out well. Everything with that was good. So that was nothing to actually complain about. Oh, and my week is actually just about over. I got to drop this off in Gordonsville at the Walmart tomorrow, and then I'm heading home. Need to get this week over with, start a fresh week, because as y'all know, I had to do a lot of booking on the fly this week. So this week didn't turn out as good as it was originally planned, but we got all of our loads for next week booked. We gonna see how that goes. So what I have booked already is definitely gonna make up for this week. So we just gonna hope that we can actually keep what we booked. This is the end of my week. I hope y'all have a good weekend. Oh, let me turn the other way, you can't see me. Hope y'all have a good weekend. Y'all be safe, take care, enjoy the family, all that good stuff. And we'll get back with y'all next week.